What do you have to say?
It was Pero.
Criminal, not me. I can't write. I love that. Just like, how can it be me? I can't write.
Of little Pero.
It would be awesome if, like, it was little Pero.
Just like with his, little wings.
No. He taught another character to write for him. Yes, you said. Welcome back to some more of VIII Lacrimosa of Donna. We're having a very tender moment here.
Everyone is asleep.
So let's just leave the tender moment alone.
That's gonna be really difficult for me.
What's wrong?
Well, today was rather eventful.
Add all the silent protagonists. Why did you come up here? Shrugs. I will. So Hod was gassy.
I was downwind, so I had to come up here.
Here.
Oh, she made me a little dish. Maybe.
Yes, I did.
So they never outright say how Laxia feels about Adol.
The blush is a hint.
The blush, but it's the fact that she made him food. Because in Japan, that's like a very big
deal.
I like you. Here's a lunch. Like,
My dad would be big in Japan.
oh my god.
That's how my dad expresses love. He cooks for you. No, I'll cook for you.
And it's like, I don't know that, I think that it's more of like a pop cultural thing.
Okay.
Of why I know that. So like in every anime, when there's like the boy, all the girls like, they're all like, we made you lunch, you know. The Valentine's Day, where the girls give the boys chocolate, and then a month later they give the girls a present.
Okay. Like in Comey Can't Communicate.
Yeah. But it's usually like even as far back as Sailor Moon, it was always like, I made this for you.
Laxia is one of those characters where I'm just like, I hope you find someone nice. Like, even if Adol doesn't reciprocate the feelings, it's just like, I hope you have a hell of a husband one day.
There's baby Laxia. He was an archaeological scholar.
She's so cute.
Who specialized in the study of primordials.
Oh my goodness.
As a child, I often visited
What
his
was I gonna say?
laboratory,
I was gonna say
and he would have
something.
me accompany him
It
on
just
his
completely
expeditions.
left my brain.
I loved and
Alrighty
respected
then.
my father.
Dang it.
He was my whole world.
Let's just stick to this
The year
backstory
I
about
turned
why
16,
Laxia is the way she
my father
is
grew
when
so
she turned
obsessed with
when
his
she
research,
turned
he
16.
abandoned
I remember.
his house
Okay.
and lands.
There was a comedian that's like, I'm a shy guy, so I need an outgoing and loud wife. And they were like, why? And he goes, because I wanted mayonnaise on this sandwich, and you think I'm going to go ask for more mayonnaise on this sandwich? Absolutely not.
That reminds me of John Mulaney's. He shouldn't talk to you like that. Yeah.
No, he shouldn't.
Soon after, the other noble houses successfully unseated my brother, which drove my mother ill.
Okay, so her father up and dipped for
And just 3 months
discovery, and her kingdom fell into ruin.
House Roswell was forced to relinquish its titles and lands. And now, my family's future has never been more uncertain.
He said, screw responsibilities, I want adventure.
I mean, like, I ain't even mad, though.
But after
I mean,
everything that happened,
I'd be less mad if he took his kids and be like, fuck it, kids, let's get out of here. But
Let's
he
go on an adventure.
He just up and ditched and be like, my kids can take care of the land.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
It wasn't fine.
away from home. I hesitated earlier today because I never imagined my knowledge could actually prove useful. Though this is hardly the time to feel this way. I think I finally found somewhere I belong.
She means Castaway Village, not the Isle of Saren, right?
Yes.
It's just like, girl, we want to get out of here.
They're like, you saw that big dinosaur thing, right? Right?
How about the colossal squid? Oh, she hasn't seen that yet.
Of course I
No.
want more than
That's all hearsay, according to her.
Yeah. It's just Adol that has technically seen and survived the squid.
So I've made up my mind. If I manage to escape this,
Bless you,
I will
Pops.
search for my father.
He just gave me the dirtiest eyeball. Like, if you didn't come home, I'd be at the park right now.
Jury's still out on that one.
I feel like he gets mad at me because he pees on my car a lot.
You're the cause of all this?
One more thing.
'Cause I didn't have to walk up and down stairs into my other home.
Though my father was a noble, he was a rather carefree and
So the reason she was so,
that is to say, as an adventurer.
I want to say harsh towards Adol is because he reminded her
Because
of her
she
father.
has daddy issues.
She has daddy issues, yes. So there we go. But she apologized for it.
Yeah.
And henceforth, she shall grow into a much more likable character.
Yes.
Which is good, because
But I do like
I
that
like using her in gameplay.
But she does still stay a little bit sassy.
Well, that's good.
Like, she's nicer to everyone, but she's still like, don't be so dumb!
Okay. Because there's a game that, like, gets a lot of criticism where, like, the tough tomboy realizes she's a princess and she's dainty throughout the rest of the game. And
Oh
people
my
are just
God,
like,
yeah.
why?
No, she's still...
Why would she lose the tomboy?
She's still, like, sassy, because she's still very prim, but, like,
Good night.
she's not as mean. She's just sassy.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's my marriage. Not mean, just sassy.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a quiche recipe.
Oh my god. So I didn't tell you what one of my coworkers said to me
Oh, God.
yesterday. It was, I almost died. I did something. I don't even remember what I did. And my one coworker stopped and he was like, have you ever seen Shrek? And I was like, yeah, just the first one, but yeah. He was like, you know the part where all the princesses, like, turn to, like, ninjas and start, like, holding their own? And I was like,
That's the third one.
oh, okay. I have seen that then.
Ew.
And I was like, yeah, like I've seen that. And he was like, that's who you remind me of. And I was like, what? He was like, you're definitely a princess, but like, you'd punch someone in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what? Yeah.
It's the only scene I remember from that god-awful movie.
I don't remember watching it, but I think, was that in the, like, preview?
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably why I remember it.
Shrek 2 is phenomenal. Shrek 1's a classic. Shrek 3 is dog shit. Shrek 4 is tolerable. And that's all you need to know. And apparently, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is the greatest gift to mankind. I haven't seen it yet, but
I hate it when people do that.
John Mulaney voices the villain.
I just hate it when people are like, this is the greatest movie of all time.
It's the
I'm
goat.
sorry?
That's right, it's the goat! The
According
goat!
to who? Like, are you gonna go up to, like, a dog lover and be like, this is the greatest movie of all time, and they get mad when they don't agree? Because Puss is a cat? What if someone has a cat phobia? I don't think they'd think it was the greatest movie of all time.
Would you say Yeez 8 is the goat?
I would say...
It's the goat!
The way that I feel
So
like
far,
I would...
I'd say it's really damn good.
Yeah. So, I think...
It's up there.
I think if I'm talking it up to somebody, I'd be like, listen, this is the best game that I have played. But I don't know that I would ever be like, it is the best game ever, period. Nothing can usurp it.
Right.
I don't know. How do I know? I haven't played every single game.
Keep in mind, I'm the opposite problem. I'm so tight-lipped
Yeah.
that you don't know what I view as the GOAT.
Yeah.
You probably have some hunches, but I don't go and be like, this is the greatest thing of all time. Because it's devastating for you to get that reality blow of, like, not everyone thinks this is the greatest thing. So you just gotta be humble about it.
Well, it's just...
And be like,
I
I
think
really
it's-
like this movie.
Yeah, I think it's just an
Prince of Egypt.
understanding... This is my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
Not, this is the best movie of all time.
Yeah.
Like, one is personal and one is generalizing. And it's like, when you're talking something up, I get it. Like, oh, this is the best. You're going to love it. Like, You know, we've all done that. I do that. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not saying don't do that. I just hate it when things are advertised as, like, best movie of all time.
Stop calling them goats.
According to who?
Metacritic, of course. According to the sales charts. What else do people like to use?
But see, though, even, like, so sales charts...
Oh, I don't
are
agree with the sales chart thing at all,
Sales
but it's
charts
just
are
something that's
inaccurate
always thrown in my
because
face.
you have people that buy and resell. You have people that buy as a joke. You have
Yep.
people that buy it to give it to someone that hates it.
Yep.
Like, I used to do that with my friends. I'd be like, oh my god, they hate this character. So what do? I get them a t-shirt with that character on it.
Yeah.
Like...
So then what would you say is a measure of quality then, if it's not critics love it or this made a lot of money? Like, not just out of curiosity,
I
like
think
what
it's
would you say?
It's a mix of all of that.
Okay.
So, because there is no way to ever measure something with 100% accuracy.
You know
That
what?
stuff, shirt done, stole the boat.
I'm impressed he made it that far. Even if, like, the
Look at him
wind's
trying.
stopping him.
Heave! Yup.
Points for trying. I'm surprised he didn't grab someone and be like, here, row for me.
I know. But yeah, I don't think there's ever going to be a 100% accurate way to measure something because you're always going to have that variable of like, why are people buying it?
Yeah.
And just because someone buys something doesn't necessarily mean that they like it. You
Good
know,
point.
I've definitely done that. I see a book, I like the cover, I get it, and then I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Buy a movie because I watched the trailer and then I'm just like, well, that was 3
Yeah.
hours of my life.
So, but your sales still go in favor because you bought the product.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you like it, but not every single critic is going to have...
What's a critic?
Critic? Sorry.
Sounds like a bug.
A critic. It's a creature I'm working on for my next feature film.
Cool.
But no, not all critics are going to have the same opinion as everyone else.
Absolutely.
You know, they're like, I'm just going to use a book for example because it's, I feel like a really good example of what we're talking about.
Dark Harvest.
And anybody that likes books has probably heard of it. It's a book called The Atlas Six.
Oh.
Dark Harvest doesn't have like a huge cult
I set
following
you
or
up for a
anything.
pitch. Oh, really?
Yeah. It's not like a crazy popular book or anything like that.
No kidding.
But the Atlas Six was all over the place. It was on social media. It like critics were raving about this book, about how amazing and how spectacular and how different the idea was, and the concept was truly unique, and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the author was self-published.
Okay.
So it was like a huge deal that this self-published author was getting into bookstores like Barnes and Noble. They were getting into Waterstones. They like their book was going into these big name stores as a self-published author. So I was like, oh my god, like that's awesome. Like I have to check it out. And it was advertised as the plot being what would happen if the Library of Alexandria never burned down.
Okay.
That's really cool to like any book lover.
Gotcha.
Because that had so much history and
records.
yeah, and it burned down.
Okay.
So what would happen if it didn't?
Okay.
So, and that's what the book is supposed to be about. And I was so excited, and then I read it, and I wanted to sob because of how bad it was.
Oh, wow.
Like, it didn't talk about the library at all. It was nothing but sex for the sake of sex. Of, like, everyone is sleeping with everyone. And it's, like, despite what their, like, trope is.
Okay.
So there was, like, the good girl character. And she's having phone sex and orgies. And I'm like, she's supposed to be the good girl character. Good girls don't do that. Like, it was just... For me,
Unless
it was,
they have daddy issues.
yeah, for me it was just so bad, and
Okay.
it wasn't what it was advertised as. But critics were just best book of the year,
I see.
and I'm like, according to who? Like, I was so disappointed, and it's like if you look at reviews on it, people are pretty split down the center.
Okay.
Like they either love it or they hate it.
I got you.
And it's like, but there aren't any critics, professional ones, that are
Right.
like, this book is trash. It's only good reviews.
Agree with the notion that critics are paid off?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you do?
Oh
Okay.
yeah. How could they not be?
I don't know. It's a sticky slope. Like it makes sense when like something big comes out and it's like
Do I
critics
feel-
are raving.
Yeah, do I
like
feel
that's how I
like-
felt with Dial of Destiny.
Yeah. Do I feel like all critics are? No, I don't. Because
But you do think that
I do
practice
think that they're,
exists.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, I too think the practice exists. I just don't know. Like it's hard to tell like the critic that's paid off from the
Yeah.
critic that's not. Like you can just be like shill, but that could just be their genuine opinion. Who really knows?
Yeah, I like as a person that tries to find good things in things that I don't necessarily like. That would be really difficult if I were a critic because I do try to find something good.
We're not critics, but we do critiques.
Yeah.
And it's just like we ain't paid off for our opinions. And contrary to popular belief, like we're not just disliking something for the sake of disliking something.
No, there's
Which is a common comment that anybody who like dislikes something popular,
Yeah.
that's what they get. I have a friend who dislikes like newer Star Wars, and they get a lot of comments of just like, you're not cool just because you dislike something popular.
yeah. I like
And it's just like, I'm not trying to be cool.
for me,
I'm trying to express my
for me
honest
personally,
opinion that
it
this
would
is
be exhausting to pretend to do that just because it's exhausting.
Yeah.
Like, I actually secretly deep down love the new Star Wars, but I'm gonna go online and say how much I hate it and all the reasons that I hate it. Like, that's exhausting. Why wouldn't you just admit you like it? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Well, that's one of my hang-ups with like things like Cinema Sins is like, I get that it was started as a joke to like nitpick of like everything, but like you've kind of changed how film criticism and like criticism in general works.
Yeah.
So like, oh, Laxia's skirt is too short. That's a sin. And
Yeah.
like that becomes like an actual point. That's not an actual point of whether it's a good product or not.
Yeah.
So like there's difference between like writing and shot composition and an aesthetic choice that I
Yeah.
don't really get.
Laxia's just full on underwater.
Yeah, I just realized that whoops.
She's like, we don't have this ability yet.
Hey,
we don't have this ability yet.
Maybe we should focus on the game at hand. I'm drowning here. There's a sin.
Me too, girl.
Laxia drowned. Ding.
But I like because that is I'm trying to figure out how to word it because I'm not educated in the subject and I don't research the subject.
Yeah, me neither. And
So
also
I-
like it keeps changing, like the algorithm.
Well, even with that, it's like how you were talking about movie sins. Like, oh, Laxia skirt's too short, like that's a sin, and then it becomes a thing. I don't know. I don't think that should push or pull anyone towards or away from
Okay.
that specific media. But I can't help but agree sometimes.
Okay.
Where it's like, it'd be one thing if it was like every once in a while there was like a super short skirt or like a risque clothing piece. But it's so saturated in media that it's exhausting.
I got you.
And it's like, it's just tiresome to see.
See, you clearly went for the sex appeal, whereas I was just talking about like there'll just be
Well,
something
I mean, it's even like
mundane, like, oh, that fish is just a silhouette. There's no detail. There's a sin. Like, there's always
well-
just something mundane that they do just
okay. See, whereas I didn't know
elongate
that.
the video.
Whereas, like, for me, it's even like tropes. Mm-hmm. Like how we were talking about, oh, why is the girl always the healer? Mm-hmm. And then you were like, but wait, they're not always the healer. Here are some games where they are warriors and they're, you know,
It's
mages
closer to
and things.
60-40 nowadays.
So it's like...
Whereas, like, I'd say in the 80s and 90s, yeah, it was like 80-20. 80% they're the healer,
But it's
20 they're
that
not.
kind of idea where it's like, as soon as a certain trope or aesthetic becomes popular, it is so oversaturated that it's like, I don't want to have anything to do with it because of that detail. Because I've seen it so much that it's just exhausting.
I gotcha.
That's the badass hero girl that don't need no man. That
Yeah.
is so exhausting anymore because it is literally everything. That I'm just like, can I just see a vulnerable woman like once
Just a little bit.
anywhere? Like, you know, it's so tiresome. Or that like, just those types of tropes that fall into whatever's popular at the time.
I gotcha.
Where it's like, once it gets to be so much, I'm like, yeah, stop doing that.
Return to shore.
No, I can agree to that. Now, I'm really not much of a graphics whore, to be honest. But the one little detail in this game that's weird is the water is very inconsistent. The water here looks oddly cheap out in the ocean compared to like the beach and like the other areas we've seen in the game.
See, I think of it more as depth.
Okay.
So like, this looks more like a deep water.
Oh, okay.
So
Whereas I
it's
see it
like-
as kind of like flat.
Whereas like, you're not going to be able to see what's in there. You're not going to be able to see to the bottom. Whereas like the lakes and rivers that are on the island are shallow.
Okay. See, I'm spoiled by other games where it's like glistening at the surface
Yeah.
of the ocean and stuff like that. And I'm just like, ooh, pretty.
I don't know. I like, see, I'm not like a graphics whore either, but
These are cute. I don't know why I find them so
they're
adorable.
like little fat hammerheads.
Pudgy little hammerheads. And it's just like, I did not see this coming. But I want like a throw pillow of one of
Oh
these.
my god, that'd be adorable. They are really cute.
It's an orklash.
Aww. How cute would it be to have a throw pillow, but you could open the mouth to like put your remote in?
That would be awesome.
There you
I'd
go.
love that. It's
I'll
like
get
that
on it.
shark sleeping bag
Yeah.
that you like open up and you like get into the shark.
Yeah,
That's what it reminds me
I'll
of.
work on it. I'll get going. But yeah, I don't know. I see it as like the ocean isn't the main focus.
I gotcha.
So,
Again, I'm usually not picking up on those things, but it was just a bizarre contrast because I've seen water in other areas of this game and I'm just like, odd?
yeah, I
But
see.
hey, if it works for you, it
for,
works.
For me, it read more as like the depth.
The dark depths. Okay. Oh shit, there it is. Ho 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 ho. Release the Kraken.
But even with that, I see what you mean by like it's flat. That definitely would have made some waves.
Yeah.
It has a little ripple.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, I love this. I'm Sir Carlan, esteemed noble of the Roman Empire.
the
And the monster's like, I don't really give a shit.
monster's like, this is my tentacle.
This is my tentacle, esteemed guardian of the ocean. Splat.
Monster might be a primordial.
Really?
In prehistoric times, the ocean was.
But yeah, I guess, like,
cephalopods.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I was a little annoyed at first that Laxia is not wearing any pants. She's just got a little undies on.
Oh, you were very adamant about like why they gotta dress that way.
yeah,
like, from the
I was
start
very much
of
ready
the
to
game.
not like this game because of like how Donna was dressed. But I do have to say it did change for me when I played the game.
Yeah.
So I'm trying really, really hard not to let that type of thing sway me. Because I love her character.
Well, you miss out on a lot of good details by
Yeah.
hyper focusing on stuff like that.
Yeah. It just, I think because I know people are like doing gross, inappropriate things to her picture, and I'm just like, "Bleh."
People are gonna do that to
I know,
any picture.
but like
so
if I
just
if I don't think about it, I can like get past it. But
Gotcha.
there are like times where I'm just like, oh my god, people are yanking it to this, and it makes me feel gross. So But then realizing in the beginning, she has on like a hoop skirt, like a big skirt. And I'm like, the ship went down. She would have had to lose that shit or else she'd sink.
Yeah. We're here making jokes and Carlan just kicked the bucket.
It's Carlan. Who gives a shit?
Apparently Sahad's like, I mean, I hated the fucker, but I don't want him to die. We skipped some levels here. Okay, so yeah, we have a serial killer, dinosaurs invading the beach, and a kraken
There we
guarding
go.
the island.
That just...
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. What did Nemo say? 426 wallaby wings.
Remember, Orcasphere, one pig down. I gotta say, the foreshadowing that they do on who Nameless actually is
Yeah.
handled really well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, once we reveal, I'm gonna, like, recount just some of the stuff that, like, the game was hinting at of just, like, he did it.
Who was this person? I still think it's the nun.
That would be funny as hell if it was the nun.
It was Dagrin.
I mean, it would be suitable because then she'd actually have a point.
I know. She really doesn't do anything.
I'll pray for you. Just be a serial killer. That way you have a point to this
know,
plot,
right?
please. Unfortunately, the character who is the serial killer has a point to the island.
Yeah.
But luckily, after that arc finishes, another character picks up the slack.
Yeah.
So it's like in a game when like your party member dies and it's just like, shit, that was my best equipment. I give it to that guy.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But then you find a new guy with a machine gun and you're like, okay, I can work with this.
Yeah, you find another character that either has the same things or the same things but better, and I'm just like, they came prepared.
I love that Euron is just Dagrin, but blonde.
Do you think Euron's the final boss?
That'd be funny.
Alright. So now we begin the investigation of the crime scene. No, makes sense. A lot of characters don't much care for talking to a police officer.
I know, right?
But a gassy fisherman? Yeah.
He's like, I need the police. Sorry.
Good cop, gas cop. Where were you on the night of the 5th?
Aw.
Well, Dogie, where were you on the night of the 5th?
I was sleeping. I was talking to the bird.
Okay. No quests available. The only quest is to be a good sleuth.
Yeah, I don't think there will be any quests until you find the killer.
Okay, then. Then we don't have to worry about any side quests. It's only the main objective. Dinah, where were you on the night of the 5th?
Oh, everyone's like, Carlan's dead now. He was such a nice person. Nah.
You're all suspects. You. I only have prayers.
But our celestial master sees everything.
The culprit will be punished in time. Doctor, doctor, give me the news.
Got a bad case of serial killers.
I got a bad case of interrogating you. There we go. Not really giving us much information there, Doc.
These attacks were warnings.
Dude thinks he's a Norman Bates.
I know, right?
Okay.
What's that on your neck?
Oh, we have a suspect.
He said, that's just a hickey. The remnants of a sunburn I received.
A sunburn's not similar to a scratch. Nor is it similar to a hickey.
Just making out with some primordials.
There's an image. Let it all loose with that drawing, why don't you?
Oh, God.
Just Kiergaard tonguing a Voladrigil.
Open up an OnlyFans. That'd be a way to bring in extra income.
Falcom would give us a cease and desist letter. They're like, no.
Hey, listen, it's just wrong enough.
On so many levels. Okay. I don't trust the doctor. We'll be back. Anyone on the beach? No. Nobody over here.
There are little fishies that are like, we are on the beach.
Fishes are like, I know who did it. Throw us some bait.
We see all.
We'll give you the scoop. We got the goods. Allison. Oh, the other doctor. He has Lich in the name. It's the Lich!
He's German, so it would be licht.
Licht.
Like all German words.
L-I Flem.
We used to laugh outside of like the language department when the one teacher would be speaking Dutch and would be like, is that a group of cats fighting or is someone speaking Dutch?
Every time I think of Dr. Licht, I think of Dr. Lipschitz from
Yep.
Rugrats. And it makes me think, was his name just supposed to be like a phony doctor? Because it's like Lipschitz, like he talks out his ass. He's full of shit. Was that the joke? Because isn't he a fraud?
Yeah, he is a fraud.
Yeah, he just writes a lot of books about how to raise children, but he actually doesn't know
He doesn't have
anything
kids
about
or
kids.
anything,
Yeah, he doesn't have kids.
And he doesn't do well with kids. There's a whole episode where like he is supposed to be watching the kids and does a terrible job.
So I'm just like, I think that's the joke. It's like making fun of like the kind of mothers
Like
that
spewing
rely
shit.
on the telly doctor.
Yeah.
The Dr. Oz's of the world.
Oh my God. I'm just the newest member. I don't know nothing really.
You got the crosshairs on your doc. I'm on to you.
Eyeballs.
Hummel pops out from under the rocks.
The little eyeball pointing.
And then he just crouches back, and all you see is his hat
His little
sitting
hat.
atop the rock. And it's like, Hummel, you're not entirely hidden. Shh. It's the perfect disguise.
I'm a table. No one will know.
Alrighty, so we interrogated both doctors. Could be Kiergaard, it could be Licht. Well, it can't be Barbaros, but let's get more information on you.
Speak for yourself, Sahad.
Alright.
Remember, Barbaros, remember.
Okay. Oh, I'm not going to insult him.
Maybe you're not remembering this part right either.
Yeah. You don't got this right. So it's sharp, but it's not a knife.
I remember that being pretty cool.
So if you talk to Euron without talking to everybody, he's just like, keep it together, damn it. We're on a case.
Yeah.
Stay undercover. Like he'll just scold
Don't
you.
be suspicious. I love the one with the dog that's like, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Aww.
And the dog is like taking cookies off the table. My little loaf.
Okay. Who's next? Nobody here? What about... Dum, 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 dum. So I think we can conclude that it is a male that is the killer. I doubt it's any of the females. Girl, I feel you.
How are we gonna smoke this guy out?
What do you have to say?
It was Pero.
Criminal, not me. I can't write. I love that. Just like, how can it be me? I can't write.
Love little Pero.
It would be awesome if, like, it was little Pero,
Just like with his
but
little,
he taught, like,
his little wings.
No. He taught another character to write for him. Yes, you send my messages to the fiends on this island. Tell them to get off. It's my island. Avenge me.
Shoebill is staring straight at you.
It's the Shoebill. I'll give you a fish for some intel.
Squaw.
All of a sudden, it turns into James Earl Jones. I was there on the night Sir Carlan was
I know.
attacked.
Squaw. Shoebill's a girl.
Shoebill is a girl. She could still have the voice of James Earl Jones.
Yeah, that is true. I think that'd be fun.
All right,
I have no other
Aquamarina.
fish.
All I have is the Aquamarina. Yeah! Ocean Guide. Interesting.
I wonder if Adol like takes
Open it up and it's like, Carlan died here.
I know. If it, like, I just picture Adol taking the guide and then looking at the Shoebill, like, where does she keep this stuff? Shoebill's like, mind your damn business.
That's a line in The Road to El Dorado. The one character, like, pulls out the dice and he's like, you had my dice! And the other character goes, where was she keeping them? Hummel, you disappeared when all this went down. Be careful. His musket's loaded.
I like that he's always holding his hat.
Well, he's hiding his expressions, which just makes him look more guilty. Sorry to hear that. Sorry there was a casualty upon this island. Sorry, I can't tell you. Unless he's one hell of a transporter.
You haven't watched enough Black Butler. I'm one hell of a butler.
I'm one hell of a butler. I love that. True, I would transport a dead body if I was asked, but this proves nothing. I love how he's like not trying to make himself look innocent, but he's just like, I didn't do it. If I would do it, it would be like this, but I didn't do it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, then why did you leave us? He's like, because I was done working with you. Yeah, let's just leave him alone before our hairs end up in the crossfire.
Oh, Hummel.
Alright, so what can we deduce? It's one of the doctors. It's either Licht, because he's German, and you can't trust them,
Can never trust the Germans.
or it's Kiergaard, who has a very odd sunburn on his neck. I say it's one of the doctors because it's very odd for a game to have two doctors. You
Yeah.
don't need them. You don't
Yeah.
need two doctors. Oop, someone's outside. Oh, all right. Let's go turn into a bouncer. A bouncer who talks about bouncing. Watch Roadhouse and fondle ourselves.
What?
Patrick Swayze is hitting another guy.
Why bother watering the plants?
Everything should die because someone died. Listen, kid. The guy who died, no one really liked him, okay? Get back to your work.
Why should I? It was you!
Picky! Picky translates to I did it.
Little
How
Perro
funny
taught
would
the
it be?
Picard.
Yeah. Little Perro taught Picard, and when it's revealed, Little Perro's like, toting Picard around in his talons.
Aww.
Special delivery! Ha-ha! I mean, Picard probably has like some sharp teeth.
Yeah.
It would
And
be like a
claws,
blade.
yeah.
And Captain Bobros didn't see it coming because
Who would expect an animal?
exactly. And besides, Little Perro yeeted it.
Yeet! What are you?
Are you sure? No one is here.
Are you absolutely sure no one's here?
Ting. Something of value there. Oh,
Wait! Stop!
Huh?
oh. The hell was that?
What was that?
It's a tripwire. Stand still.
Hold on.
We'll come to you.
Okay. Something cut my neck? How?
Over
Tis
there,
but a
Ethel.
scratch.
There's something near that tree.
It's just a flesh wound. Head rolls off into the stream.
Something in the tree. What do we have here? A thin metallic strand of wire.
Who just has random wire?
The military, last I checked. Or a hunter. Because that's how tripwires work, right? If I can't see... He makes a good point. I got good eyes. If I can't see fish, I can't feed my family. Yeah, guerrilla warfare. Holy crap.
What? Why are you making gorillas go to war? Those poor gorillas.
I mean, on the Isle of Saren, anything goes. God, could you imagine, like, the gorillas, if there's gorillas on this island, they, like, teach the primordials about, like, weapons and stuff like this?
Oh my god. Just making little rock machine guns.
Then it would be like those storyboards or like those rejected ideas of Jurassic World of like militarizing the raptors.
Oh my god.
And people are like, oh my god, I don't want like an AK-47 strapped to the back of a velociraptor.
They would be bazookaed.
Yeah, good point. It would either be bazookas or like a turret gun.
Yeah.
Hey, Dogi does that thing.
That's what I mean. He's just like a blonde dogie.
You said Dagrin earlier.
No, I said dogie.
No, you said Dagrin.
He's a blonde dogie.
He is a blonde Dogi. Daddy? Did you come back from the war? You left me so long ago, back in Ys 3.
I feel like Dogi would be a lab.
You have your mother's eyes.
Dogi would be a lab, and Euron would be a golden retriever.
I could see that. Okay, so our weapon of the nameless killer is a steel wire. That is their weapon of choice.
Well, we know it's nobody here in this circle of people discussing the steel wires.
Interesting, she goes to Dr. Kiergaard instead of Dr. Licht, after knowing he's a doctor.
Some funny. Altago.
I wonder what happens if I would have got it wrong. No, you dumb shit.
Adol would look at you the way that I look at you whenever you repeat something I just said.
I'm like, oh, games are giving me my wife's look. Uh-oh. Altago's at war with the Roman Empire. You can't just come and go as you please. Oh. Well, this establishes that this game happens after Ys 7, because Ys 7 takes place in Altago.
Okay.
So if in this one it's like, I've never been to Altago, I'm just like, well, this is a prequel.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because it's the 8th entry in the game, in the series.
I don't know. I feel like you can play them in any order.
Yeah, you can.
So, like, there's reference to the one that's beforehand, but, like, it's not a solid storyline.
Yeah. Chronologically, this one takes place before 7. If not for anything else, just for that little detail.
Yeah.
That we haven't been to Altago yet.
Which would mean that technically 9 happens before 7 too, because they're arrested immediately.
Oh, after?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, they get arrested for sinking the Lombardia.
Okay. Alright, Dr. Kiergaard is our guy. The biggest giveaway for Kiergaard, besides there being 2 doctors.
Well, I think his creepy stance on, like,
Yeah.
maybe he's
He
playing.
always has the same facial expression. All these other characters will change their...
have a lot of expressions.
Yeah, they have different expressions. Kiergaard has the exact same one, even in the opening animation.
You know, like a psychopath.
Yep, like a psychopath. So, like, when we were laughing of, like, everyone else talking and Kiergaard is just staring into space, that's a cue.
Yeah.
Because he's just, like, staring off, just like, I did it. I'm the Ripper. They'll never catch me. They don't have a Scooby-Doo. They got no mangy mutt here. Alrighty, so we're going to get ourselves prepped up, and then we're going to reprimand. Reprimand? Is that the word?
Reprimand?
Reprehand?
Reprimand?
Reprimand. Okay. We're gonna catch the thief, basically.
We're gonna get him.
We're gonna catch the killer. Alright, so let's get ourselves all prepped up for the battle ahead. It might be a bit of a scuffle. Alrighty. Ooh,
The needles were
yeah, adds poison.
Come again.
Add that to Sahad.
See, I would accidentally like bump myself, and then I'd be like, God damn it!
Oh, cool. She can give you new apparel for your characters. And a clingy Picard.
So that's gonna be on your shoulder.
Cool. Let's put that on Sahad.
Hugs whoever wears it.
Aw. We got the cool fencer for Adol.
This is a rare product.
We got the pretty lady for Laxia.
This is a rare
And the dandy fisher for Sahad.
This is a rare product.
Cool.
Done already?
Oh. She has purple hair now. Cool.
Look at how small that Picard looks on him.
Let's go.
Like a chia pet on a refrigerator.
Not bad. All right, we're going to be rocking these duds for a little bit. And yeah, keep checking back later on in the game, and I think Allison gets more costumes that you can purchase. So there's all kinds of costumes your
Yeah, I
characters can wear.
definitely didn't change costumes.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. Yeah, there's a lot. Remember, I still have the pirate DLC,
Yeah.
and I can even use it for, like, future characters that I get to the party as well. Alrighty.
How can I
Well,
help
let's
you
enhance
today?
our weapons.
Leave it to me.
Lamberge. Alright, but yeah, this is all prep work. In the next episode, we're gonna reprimand the doctor.
Let's do it.
Reprimand, sorry.
All right.
Toodles.